Hi YouTube, this is Lori. Um, I haven't been on here in a while, so I have a lot to say. First thing is my surgery was supposed to be on Valentine's Day, February 14th, but they called me and rescheduled again. I guess because of all the snow that's been in Oklahoma. Um, I don't know if I feel like I don't know why I'm so nervous on here. My videos have been kind of dull. I know I'm getting off topic. They've been kind of boring and dull, and I'm really not a boring and dull person. So I'm going to try to talk like I'm talking to a friend here, but it's a little bit hard because my friends always interject or talk back or whatever, and here I am talking to a computer screen. But anyways, so I was supposed to have it on the 14th, but they called and they said that because of all the snow that we had in Oklahoma, we had a ton of snow, that they had been having to reschedule everybody and postpone everybody and move everybody up or whatever. So I was like, really, me? Because I've been moved up already 2, 3 times. I was rescheduled for different little tiny things that weren't my fault, like my doctor was out one week and stuff like that. And they were like, okay, we'll move you to the 18th, which is the very next available day, which was it was either Monday the 14th or Friday the 18th, or they would have moved me to the next week. So I was like, okay, well, at least it's still in the same week. Plus, that lets me have Valentine's with my 2 little ones. Plus, it's also a bonus because it's the weekend and I don't have to worry about who's going to get my kids to school while I'm in the hospital. So, my parents have been helping out a lot with the kids, and they're only 4 and 6, so I know they're a handful. But I agreed for the 18th. So the 18th was my new date. So as the 18th got nearer and nearer, I got a little bit more nervous, and I was still so excited, but I was so nervous. I don't know what I was nervous of. The pain is what it was, because some people say they have a lot of pain, some people say they don't have very much. I just knew that I was going to have a lot because I'm a big baby and I don't like pain at all. And anyways, so um, the day of the 18th, I was pretty darn nervous. I was nauseous all day long, but I was starving all the time. Starving. I was just so hungry all the time. But I'm so glad that I'm not there anymore. But anyways, so I'll tell you a little bit about the hospital because I have a few minutes left. Um, when I left, okay, my first video, I weighed 385, and at the hospital, when I got there, it was 372. So I lost a little bit of pre-weight, but that was really hard. And they said while I was in the hospital, don't worry if you gain some weight, because everybody gains some weight while they're in the hospital. You guys have said that too, so I kind of knew that I was probably going to gain a little bit of weight. But I did not know how much weight. So let's just get to this fact real quick. I gained 9 pounds. I got back up to 81, to 381, and I was like, what? I was all the way down to 372. That took forever. And the nurse was like, oh, that's good. Most people gain 10, and you only gained 9. So I was like, how come I'm not feeling like that's good? I don't know if I thought that I was going to be the one person in the whole world that didn't gain weight while they were in the hospital, but that happened like overnight. So I was pretty freaked out about it. But anyways, I guess today is that was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 5-day post-op. I don't know if you guys count the day of surgery or whatever, but today's 5 days out. So anyways, today I was back down to 870 or 372, 372, yes. So, but it took me a while to get back down to it too, since I've left the hospital, and I wasn't very happy about that. But anyways, um, here's how the hospital went. I live 3 hours away, and my aunt took me up there, and she has a Hummer. So we took a footstool because I didn't know how I was going to get back in it, but it was an awesome, ride up there because, she has um, automatic GPS and sunroof. But anyways, we had to be there at 6:30 in the morning to check in. Well, we live 3 hours away, so we had to leave by 3:30. And she lives even 30 minutes the other direction, so she had to drive here first. And so I just didn't go to sleep that night because I'm normally up till midnight anyway, and so staying up till 3 and then leaving, I just didn't go to sleep. So I was pretty nervous anyway, so I don't know if I could have slept, but I didn't go to sleep, and she didn't go to sleep either. So she came over here about 1:30 or 2, and we just waited till it was time to leave, and then we left, and we drove up there. I got there right at 6:30 and went in and checked in. I had to sign the papers, um, and I had my bags with me. I brought my CPAP machine and all that, and I brought chapstick and slippers and the CPAP machine and just some things that reminded me of people that I care about, that kind of stuff, and my cell phone. Don't go anywhere without my cell phone. So um, I sat in the waiting room for just a little bit, and then they did a urine sample, and then I went back out into the waiting room, and then they called me back to a room. So when we got back there, I was kind of nervous at that point. The only thing I was nervous about was the IV, because I was thinking, when my daughter had surgery, they put her out before they put the IV in. That would be so cool. But then I started thinking, they put you out with the IV, so that's probably not going to happen for me as much as I'd really like it to. It didn't happen. So I asked the nurse, do you think you could put me out or whatever before you do the IV, because I'm a really hard stick, and one time they had to try 8 times before they got an IV. They were starting to look at my feet, and I had to be like, no feet. So I've been poked and prodded, and I don't like being stuck over and over again, because my veins, I think they roll or whatever. I'm not sure. They either roll or they're deep, which they're probably deep because there's a lot of skin on top of them, but I don't know. But people find a vein and they get in there and then they start digging. That happened while I was there too, but I'll get to that later. I might have to make 2 videos. But anyways, so the lady comes in and I'm like, asked her if I could do that, and she laughed, and so I was just like, it didn't hurt to try. But so she's like, I'll just go real easy and I'll try, and I'm like, okay. Well, she got it on the first stick. Oh my gosh, I was so happy. I was like, this lady was sent down from heaven to come poke me, because she got that IV in on the first stick, which it sucked because it was right here. And I'm not good at where the camera's at yet. It was right here where that big hole is. You probably can't even see the hole. And so, like, I had it in my wrist, and it was in my right hand. So I was starting to think, how am I going to go to the bathroom and wipe and stuff, because it's in my right hand. But anyways, apparently you learn left-handed wiping. So that might have been TMI, but so they put the IV in, and I'm like, okay, cool, I can deal with this. It's not that bad. So I got the IV in, and next thing I know, the anesthesiologist comes in and talks to me, and then the doctor comes in, and I really like my doctor. He's awesome. So he's like, "Are you ready?" And I'm like, "I guess so. Let's go." So they wheel me into the operating room, and I'm like, "This is it." And then they scoot me next to the operating table, and they ask me to like scoot over, and so I scooted over to the table that it had sheets on it. You always picture these really cool tables in the operating room, but it wasn't cool at all. But I scooted over to the table. It had some warm sheets and stuff on it, and they didn't. I was expecting them to count down, like say count backwards from 10 or whatever, and go 10, 9, and then you're out or whatever, because that's what I hear, or that's what you see on movies. That's not what happened. I was looking up at them at one point, and next thing you know, I'm waking up in the recovery room. And I guess it took a little while. Um, when I woke up, I was in so much pain. I don't know if it's just okay. Well, here's what happened. Come to find out, while they were in there, my doctor found that I had a hernia also in my stomach. So he just went ahead and repaired it while he was in there. So I'm not sure if some of my pain has to do with the hernia, or if it's all because of the sleeve, or what, or if I'm just a big baby. I don't know. It could be any of those. Could be all of them. But anyways, he found a hernia while he was in there, and he just went ahead and repaired that while he was there. What a sweet doctor. Isn't that sweet? Anyways, so I woke up, and I'm gonna have to finish after this and then continue the hospital stay. But I woke up, and I had a mask over my whole nose and mouth, and I was scared, and I hurt so bad, and there was just people walking around, and I could barely see them, and I was hurting, and I was like, I'm hurting, give me something, please, please. I started begging. I was begging. And I was like, please help me. I know when I look back at it now, it sounds sort of pathetic and sad, but I was like, please help me, please. So they gave me some pain medicine, and then I felt much better. And but then I wanted to go to sleep, and I'm not sure if it's because I was up all night the night before, and I had been up at 7 to take my kids to school, or if it was because of the pain medicine. I don't know, but I slept a lot, and they didn't like that. They kept waking me up. and they wanted me to drink some more. But anyways, I'm gonna start another video and we'll continue the hospital stay.